So affirmations they're sentences, all right? They're powerful sentences that you speak into every single day. Many of us are not intentional with the words that we speak. My name's Su Patel, and I am all about self-worth and abundance. Abundance in love, joy, and money, okay, for you. There's so many people out there who are not living their best life, and I'm all about, you know what? If I can touch one life today, that'll be my job done. I just want to remind everybody about the importance of intentionality, all right? Is that when we're not intentional with the words that we speak, everything is autopilot, and we end up saying things, thinking things that we don't want to be thinking or saying, all right? So an affirmation is something that you continually tell yourself or you speak into existence. Now, I recently heard a podcast where the guy, the interviewer was talking about how words are basically your thoughts. You know, if you've ever heard of thoughts become things, well, those words are those thoughts that become things, all right? It's literally bringing into existence through language what it is that you speak, okay? So as an example, you know, you may have for many years been telling yourself, you're not healthy, you're not great, you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you're not cool enough, all right? Now, every time you think that thought, that's an affirmation. Okay, every time you speak that word, those words out loud, they're affirmations. Recently, a friend of mine kept talking about how skint she was, how she couldn't afford things, how she couldn't have things in her life because she didn't have any money. She constantly kept repeating, I don't have money, I can't afford it, I'm skint. And literally, that is exactly what, you know, I said to her, like, you're bringing more of that into existence. Because it's you're putting it out there in the universe that that's how your life is. And, you know, the universe always says yes, all right? So if you tell the universe, I'm skint, I'm broke, I have no money, guess what? The universe says yes, you are skint, you have no money, all right? And you are broke. Like, it just gives you more of what you affirm, okay? So it's really important that you, think about and be more mindful and intentional with the words that you speak. So the impact of not doing affirmations is, like I said, you know, your life's just in autopilot and you end up bringing into existence or bringing into fruition the things that you don't want. Many of us, and I was as well for so many years when I wasn't very intentional in the way that I lived, right? I used to think about what I don't want. Like, I don't want to be broke. I don't want to have poor health. I don't want to, I was always like, oh no, I don't want to have this, so I'm going to do X. I don't want to have this, so I'm going to do, you're constantly thinking about what you don't want. Okay, and then what happens is that you bring into existence what you don't want. But now, and you identify yourself as the thing that you keep affirming, all right, that you keep reaffirming. You identify yourself as that person. You know, for so many years, I've shared with you on my previous video that, I've been telling myself that I'm this poor little Indian girl, and I just had that identity. I just created that that's who I am through affirming that, and being a victim. When things go wrong, you're constantly affirming, like, why do things go wrong for me? I'm always, I'm not lucky, or things don't work out for me. Like, these are all affirmations. And there's so much power in what you speak, because it literally becomes your reality. But then when you do start being intentional with your affirmations, you can start to see a change in how your life is progressing. So I'll just give an example. It's so funny, actually. I'm not really a fast driver, but I got to a place where I kept getting caught by the speed cameras, all right? And at one point, I had 12 points on my license. I was so scared, all right? But then I was like, okay, no. I was identifying myself as somebody who, I was just not intentional with who I was being as a driver. Okay, and then I thought, okay, now I need to stop doing that. I need to be more intentional as who I am as a driver. So I started to create. Every time I got in my car, I was like, I'm someone with a clean driving license. I'm someone with a clean driving license. I'm someone with a clean driving license. And when I started doing those affirmations, every time I got in the car, I'd put my speed limiter on, and I'd be aware of the signs, the speeding signs, whatever, the speed limits. And within 2 years, I managed to get my points down, and obviously it takes 3-4 years, I think it is, for those points to come off. But I am someone who has a clean driving license, but I became very intentional with who I was being, and then affirming that that's who I am, to bring that into reality. So that's just one example, but I've done that in so many other areas of my life. I'm somebody who makes $1 million in a year. I make somebody who lives in a penthouse apartment. So really creating the intentionality of these words is what's going to then give you the life that you want. Okay, so it's so important. What's more important is that you're consistent with how often you share it, because listen, it's taken you 20, 30, 40 years of negative affirmations. It's not going to get replaced just like that. Okay, so you need to be very intentional and very consistent in how frequent as well, of how often you repeat those words, those sentences that you want to bring into existence for yourself. All right, so I created, wherever I would go, when I got in the car, every time I got in the car, that's what I created myself to be every single time. When I go to the gym, I'm like, I have 6-pack abs. I am somebody who's healthy and strong. My knees started to ache for a while. I created, I always have healthy knees. My knees really support me. They're very strong. I love them. They keep me mobile and independent. So really starting to create that and doing it consistently over and over and over again. Because for ages I was complaining. I was complaining that my knees are hurting, and then guess what? They just always hurt. That was what was in my experience. Okay, so create your affirmations, make a list of all those affirmations, and then start repeating them every single day. Now here's the thing with affirmations, as with anything else that you start new, or any new habits that you start with, you're going to do them for about a week, and then you're going to be like, I don't want to do them anymore because I got more important things to do. But if you've got a whole lifetime of negative emotions playing in your subconscious, it's not going to go away in a week. Right? You've got to do them consistently over a period of time. Okay, I would say go 30 days, then go 60 days, then go 90 days. The more you do it, the more you will become the identity that you want to create of yourself. All right, but do them every single day. There'll be days where your mind will be going, no, why are you doing these affirmations? They're boring. Nobody, why are you doing them? Nothing's changing. But do them anyway. All right. In a week later, your mind will still be going, you're still doing them. Why are you still doing them? But you know what? Do them anyway. Keep doing them, keep doing them, keep doing them until you become the person that you want to be. All right. And trust me, it really works. All right. I'm living my best life. And I got to say, the reason why I live my best life is because I do affirmations every single day, even when I don't feel like it. But it is sometimes important to take a little bit of a break. Okay, just to change it up a little bit. You might want to change those affirmations to upgrade yourself, to go to the next level, whatever that is, but do them every single day. So if you want to connect with me, please do connect to my Instagram channel, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.